Hello and welcome. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today it's getting cold outside, so it's time to make some chili. I've been waiting all summer for fall to get here so I could cook this chili for you. I just want to share with you there are healthy ways of enjoying a bowl of chili, and that's what we're going to talk about today. It is always my joy and honor to help you learn God's recipe for excellent health, which includes being confident in the kitchen. And the ingredients today are going to so flip your boat. Okay, don't really flip your boat, but really going to tantalize your taste buds, because some of these ingredients you may never have put in chili before. I can't wait to get started. So today's recipe is just a highly nutritious, highly antioxidant filled chili. Just call it special bean chili. And I got this recipe from Robin Jeep. She has an antioxidant cookbook that I've referred to in other writings that I've done. I don't know if it's still out there for print, but we'll look and put a link to it down below if we can find it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, so black beans, pinto beans, and red kidney beans. If you do the canned variety, please watch my video on the BPA lining and what you need to know about that. If you use canned, it would just be one can. But if you cook your own beans, which I hope you do, and I hope you have stored in your prepper supply some dried beans, because they are the most economical food to feed your family and highly nutritious. So if you don't use canned and you cook your own, then it'd be about 1.5 cups of each: the black beans, the pinto, and the red kidney beans. So I'm going to put those in my pot. To this, I'm going to add some diced tomatoes. So if you use a can, it'd be 1 can. If you use your own diced tomatoes from the garden, it would be about 2 cups with the juice. Now here's where I'm going to encourage you to be a little bit outside the norm. We're going to use 2 cups of diced zucchini. And dicing the zucchini, we want fresh zucchini, never frozen. They don't freeze well anyway. If they're dehydrated, if you're into that, just rehydrate them first before you put them in the chili. Now the reason for that, yes, the chili would rehydrate them, but we need them to be already rehydrated before you put them in the chili so that we know our liquid balance. Because you put them in the chili dry, then it's like, where's my chili juice? Well, it went into the zucchini. But definitely you could use dehydrated ones, or fresh is always good. So we're using 2 small to medium zucchini chopped up. And remember, my husband said he would eat healthy if it tastes good. And this passed the test. So if you're wondering, oh, I don't know if my family's going to eat that. Well, it passed my family's test, so it worked. To this, we're going to add some onions and some garlic. So I'm using 1 about medium-sized onion and 3 cloves of garlic. This is where my food processor, immersion blender combo pack, I use this for onions. I can chop them up pretty well. I just get tired of crying when I'm doing it. So I throw it in that, and my garlic as well. Because when I use a garlic press, it works, but sometimes you don't get all of the garlic and then I have to clean out the press. That works. And I don't have to worry about it. It's quick, it's fast. To this, we're going to add either 1/4 or 1/2 cup of ketchup. I know, ketchup, organic ketchup. Unfortunately, organic ketchup is really not much more than regular ketchup, so that's never really been an issue for me when I'm shopping. To this, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of Bragg's liquid Aminos. Now comes the chili powder. 4 tablespoons of chili powder. If you have my Healthy Treasures cookbook, and I hope you do, in it is a recipe called black bean dip and refried bean dip. Those recipes, I used to buy that refried bean dip in the can, and you open it up and it just looks like mustard brown paste. And the flavor is like, oh, well, that's good. Well, you thought it was good until you make your own black bean dip, and then you're like, okay, forget that can. I will never eat that again. And the difference is you get to play with the ingredients of the chili powder and the cumin. So here's 2 teaspoons of cumin. Cumin became my favorite spice when I started making that refried bean dip. That dip is so good. My family loves it. Now to this, we're going to add some chopped broccoli. You could use frozen broccoli or you could use fresh, and I'm using fresh. So we're going to let this simmer on the stove, and if I need to add more liquid, I will. But typically what happens is it starts to make its own liquid once the foods start to cook. And yes, I'm the messy cook. So I'm going to cook this on the stove anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. I need the flavors to really come together. And then I will probably add about 2 cups of liquid. I could add anywhere from, I could use water, I could use a broth, and we're going to see how this cooks. And then I want you to see how well it comes together. Now, before we get to the end, and when we get near the end of its cooking, I'm then going to add 2 more ingredients, and that is currants, 1 cup of currants, and 4 tablespoons of almond butter. Now, of all the ingredients I've just shared with you, which one of those ingredients have you never put in chili before? Be honest, put it in the comments down below. I can't wait to read your comments. I know some people will put cinnamon powder in their chili, and that is a really interesting flavor. And then many people from the Midwest, they visit a Steak and Shake restaurant. That actually has a little bit of cocoa powder in that chili, and that's what makes it unique. So you could add that as well. This is the starting point. Play with it, see what you like. Well, our chili has cooked and my kitchen smells so good. I can't wait to share this with you. But before we do, we have 2 more ingredients to add to our chili. So now we're going to go ahead and add our currants and our nut butter. So we're going to add in the currants, and currants are not just small raisins, they actually are their own fruit. And we did not really need to rehydrate them, but you could have before adding them to the chili. They just add just a sweet little burst in your mouth when you bite into them, especially when they've been heated through. And then we're going to add in our nut butter. So these 2 items don't need to be cooked, they just are added in at the end while your chili is still hot. And let it blend in so that it's nicely flavoring the entire chili. Now the almond butter is what I'm putting in here. I pretty much took it out of the container and used my immersion blender food processor to blend in the oils with the nut butter, and then I put it back in the container because you know how hard it is to work with nut butters when the oil has separated. So you can see we have a lot of nutrition in this chili. It is going to taste so delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try it and just to enjoy it. We can just put some here in our bowl and you could sprinkle some cheese on top. I actually have some of the ground up broccoli, the stems that I did not use in the soup. I could just use that as a topping. And believe it or not, that would taste very delicious. And then I could also put some cheese if I wanted to. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is always my joy to share with you God's recipe for excellent health. And that recipe always has 3 ingredients to help you be confident in the kitchen with recipes just like this, confident with your health, and most importantly, confident in understanding how much God loves you. And He has loved you from the moment of conception. He has loved you and has a purpose for your life that is above and beyond anything you could ever imagine. So thank you for letting me share with you. Please put your comments down below. I can't wait to hear what you thought about these ingredients that we put in the chili. How did your family like that? I don't think they're going to notice the almond butter. I don't think you need to tell them that part. And maybe not even the zucchini. The broccoli they're going to figure out. The currants, they're going to find those. And the beans are obvious. Other than that, it's going to be a surprise chili. Surprise with lots of nutrients, antioxidants, high fiber, high protein. And your cells are going to say, we can do good with this. We can give her or him a really good day from eating these foods. Thank you for letting me share with this recipe. I hope you can enjoy it on a really cold day and just warm up the insides of your body and enjoy. Thank you.